あとどれくらいの距離を月へ歩いたらあとどれくらいの寒い夜
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another 2 Cents Plus video. Today we're talking anime again, and it's going to be about Tonikawa. Now, I don't know if I've talked at great length about Tonikawa, but I've definitely expressed out loud in several different instances that I do really love this show. And it is your typical kind of slice of life, maybe supernatural sci-fi kind of show. They're really alluding to the sci-fi supernatural, but we haven't quite got there yet. But as it stands, it is a slice of life love story about two people who basically fell in love as soon as they met each other, and the story kind of progresses from there. She saves him after he's almost hit by a truck because he's so smitten with her. He walks into the middle of the street and she barely sustains any damage, and she takes the full brunt of the truck attack, and she's fine. But he's pretty banged up, and despite being banged up and having all that horrible accident happen to him, he still mustered up the strength to confess to her and tell her that, you know, he believes in fate, and he saw her and he just knew she had to be the one. So he asked her to marry him, and she said yeah, and then disappeared for a whole year and showed back up with wedding papers. And that's basically the synopsis of the story and how everything starts. And it's oh my god, it is so everything. Like, you know, slice of life might not be your thing. You know, you might not be a slice of life type person, and if you're not, this show's probably not for you. If you're not a romance story type person or whatever, if that stuff doesn't appeal to you, then you might as well click off this video. This is not for you. You won't be interested in this at all. But for people who are interested in slice of life kind of love stories or whatever, this is the pinnacle. This is like the height of real quality content, man. It is, oh god, it is so good. It's so endearing. It's a really good story. They do away with all the unnecessary and really stupid and complicated drama that they put in a lot of their relationship shows to artificially create some kind of bullcrap narrative to make the two characters hate each other or fight. Like, none of that stuff is here. It is literally a story about two people who fell in love, and watching them kind of get used to this environment that they forced themselves in, because marriage is not something you just kind of jump into, but it kind of happened like that for them. And they're married, and they're trying to work their way around what exactly that means. I wager she has a bit more understanding as to the situation she's in than he does, because there's some things about her that they're alluding to that I'm not going to talk about right now. But it's just really interesting seeing these two come together, watching them interact, seeing two people who genuinely care about each other just do that on the day-to-day basis. You know, he always takes her feelings and her emotions and stuff into consideration. She thinks about they take the time to actually stop and talk about any issues or problems that they may have, to squash them before they can even become an issue, which is something that really appeals to me, because this is the type of relationship that I have with my wife. Like, we talk things out, you know, we have conversations, and if something is even remotely becoming a problem or could become an issue, we discuss it long before it could turn into something, you know. And being able to see that executed in a show like this is really endearing. It's really nice to see, because it's not just crap, you know. They don't like pull any punches on the kisses and stuff like that. He wants to kiss his girlfriend or his wife, he does it. That's his wife, it's his girlfriend. Like, why do we need to go through these really long, dramatic, overblown scenes where, oh, will they, won't they, oh, they're about to, but they keep getting interrupted by 10,000 supernatural events that would never happen. You know, it's stupid, and it wastes your time. It gets you emotionally exhausted, because you're just like, oh my god, man, how many times do we have to go through this constant loop of stupidity, dumb problems that come out of nowhere, completely irrational situations that come up that could be literally solved with 2 seconds of them talking to each other, but they just won't do it. You know, that type of stuff is frustrating. It's annoying, and it takes up a lot of different shows that come out like this, you know, love or romance slice of life stories. They just get bogged down with all this crap. And to be honest, the show's probably, I mean, the actual animation itself got cut pretty short at episode 12. If they did go through all that stuff and have them going through all these motions, the show probably could have been significantly longer. But because every situation is solved like normal people would solve a problem, and that's by base level communication, they don't waste a lot of time on that stuff. So if there does end up being a problem or a misunderstanding, it's usually squashed because they talk about it, you know? And it seems like something like, well, duh, of course people are like that. But for whatever reason, a lot of anime, they seem to think that just people are really, I mean, and maybe it's true, a lot of people are really unreasonable people who can't seem to figure out the basics of communication. And, you know, there's some merit to that, I guess, but I'm tired of seeing it all the time. And what I'm trying to say to you is this story is a breath of fresh air when it comes to stories like this. It is really good. The OP is excellent. It's just it's a good time. It's a good feel-good show. You've been watching some heavy stuff. You got some heavy things going on in your life or whatever. You want to mellow out a bit. This is the show you go watch. Go watch Tonikawa. It is great. I 100% recommend it. Please, go check it out. But with that is all I have to say on the Tonikawa front. What do you think about the show? If you've seen it, do you like it? What do you think about all of my bitching and complaining about other tropes in anime like this? Do you think I'm wrong? You think I might be over-exaggerating? Do you think that stuff is the stuff that makes it interesting and that's what you're there for? Or whatever you need to say, all opinions are accepted here as long as you're not an asshole. And yeah. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please share if you enjoyed it, or if you hated it. Just share it, you know, and be like, look at this moron, he's so stupid, I hate all of his opinions, and share it anyway, because that'll teach me. Then I get embarrassed in front of all the people who agree with you, and, you know, everybody wins. But yeah, don't forget to hit that like button if you liked it, and I will see you guys on the next one.